Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Tea, and I'm T. Good morning, good morning. It is Friday. Yes, it is. Hey, Shar. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Good morning on a scale of 1 to 10. It's Friday. I have a great weekend planned with two of my girls. I'm so excited about it. Well, that's Addison Media. I'm so excited, so excited. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Nye. Hey, Tracy. Good morning. Hey, Jules. I'm so excited about my weekend. Listen, ladies, I'm glad you on a 10, Tracy. Yes, girl, I'm on a 10 too. We have to take time for ourselves, ladies. Hey, Kim, you know what? Because we need to not only get a break from our men and the space that we're always in with them, but we need to give them a break sometimes because, women, we extra. And it's okay because we supposed to be. That's how we wired. We are wired to be extra, but sometimes we need to say, you know what? Me and my two girls, Karen and Emma, we decided that once a month we're going to get together at one of our houses just to get out of the house, just to give the men a break, just to get clear our minds, to have some girl talk and not no male bashing or none of that because we don't do that. We don't surround yourself with women who bash men because the company you keep, you will become. Surround yourself with women that say we need to take some time to get together and support each other in other areas of our lives because women, we got a hard life, like, and I know men do too, but women, we got a hard life, so we need some good sister girls to come with us once a month to just sit down, have a little glass of wine if you don't drink wine, a little tea if you drink a margarita, have your margarita and just smile and laugh, do vision boards, just talk, eat, cook together, go out, dance, whatever it is. Hey, Carmen, how you doing, girl? I love your song. And I love the video. So listen, we need to do that. But anyway, that's my weekend. What's your weekend plans? Anyway, it is no filter Friday, so I get to do whatever I want. I get to say what I want. Forgive me for whatever I say that might come out. Cause don't come on here with no comments acting crazy. Cause it's no filter Friday, so my filter is off. Hey Sharon, my filter is off right now. So I just want to talk about a post that I put up that everybody loved, and I love it because we need to have these conversations because some people don't get this right. And the post was telling your spouse where you are, who you're with, and what time you're coming home is not being controlled. It's being respectful. Seafood festival this weekend. What? Girl, Tracy, you need to be telling me where you going. Because you and hubby be going. And I need to go with y'all. I need to bring me and my man with you and your man. Seafood festival this weekend at Bell. We could have been there. You pay too much. Don't make me come for you. On this wonderful Friday, sunny, gonna be 72 degrees in New Jersey morning. I just gave y'all the weather forecast for the day. So maybe we'll add the weather in on Coffee with Tea. I don't know because we going places here. But anyway, a lot of people, and this is for the men. I want to say this to the men. I want to talk to the men for a minute. Can I, ladies? Raise your hand if I need to talk to the men. A lot of men think somebody trying to control them when they ask where you going, who you with, and what time you coming home. It's called being in a relationship. And if you don't want to answer those questions, you want to be single. Let's just make that clear. Your woman is going to ask you, babe, where you going? Who you going with? And what time you coming home? And I'm sure that you ask her that, but men think it's natural for them to ask the woman that. But there's a lot of men running around here in these streets that think somebody trying to control them. And I'm going to tell the ladies why, because I want to help the ladies out here. Because we teach people how to treat us. So a lot of our men are operating in what some other woman taught them how to do. Some other woman taught her how to treat her like that because she was controlling. Okay, and men bring their baggage over on this side, thinking that I'm trying to control you, or Tracy trying to control you, or Carmen trying to control you, or Sophia trying to control you, or Addison trying to control you, because the last chick was trying to control you. Boo, I'm not trying to control you because I'm not trying to raise nobody grown son. I'm in a relationship with you, so I'm trying to have some communication to find out when you make it to your destination, I make it to my destination. We always where we supposed to be. Everybody okay? Because that's called being in a relationship and communication. Now, if you was in a relationship with some woman that was controlling you and walling out and blasting off, then you need to leave that in the past, right? And I do my program, right? And so many people don't know this. I do my program called the Recovery Room, right? For women, and it's for men too. A lot of men don't sign up, but it's for men too if you need some help. And the first module in my program, the Recovery Room, is accepting the fact that it's over. A lot of us don't know that we didn't accept the fact that it's over, that the past relationship is over. You done been out of that relationship for 4 years and you still operating in that realm. You still treating the person in your life based on what somebody else taught you, how some other woman taught you how to treat her, or how you are responding to somebody being controlling. Because there are some controlling women and there are some controlling men. But it's natural for a person, two people in a relationship, to ask these questions: where you're going, who you with, and what time you come home. These natural questions. And if you don't want to answer them, like I told you, single people don't answer these questions because they have nobody to answer to. But the reality is, if you're in a relationship, you're going to answer to somebody because you're supposed to. That's why it's called a relationship. How does a person know or feel like it's over? How does a person know or feel like it's over? A person's behavior will tell you everything, Brian. So if a person, and this is the thing, we got to be real honest with ourselves. Sometimes we lie to ourselves because it's hard to let go of people. It really is. So sometimes we lie to ourselves when we know it's over. If you asking a question, is it over? Then more than likely it's probably over. Because we ask these questions when we get to the end of the rope. We start asking people, how do I know it's over? How do I know this? When you start asking them questions, you kind of sort of know in your heart, but you're just trying to get confirmation from somebody. The confirmation comes from within. Whenever you are going to make a major decision in your life, get a professional to help you out, first of all, and not the opinion of others. Because listen, our opinions, this is so big for somebody today. Our opinions are based on our experiences. So when you go to your girl and she been through something with her man, right? So her man don't answer the phone. I'm gonna give you an example. Her man don't answer the phone. Her ex-man never answered the phone because he was doing whatever he was doing, right? And he was doing this, and she's having this experience with this person, right? And you in a whole nother relationship with somebody else. So her relationship with this person dissolved based on the fact that he didn't want to answer her questions. He was out creeping. When he didn't answer his phone, it meant that he was with old girl on the side. See, now you talking to her and she's giving you advice from her experience. Girl, if he don't answer his phone, it mean that he with somebody else. No, it don't. It really don't for some men. Because a lot of men, my man, he not really a phone person. And I had to learn this from bringing my experience from my ex, who was always on the phone with me, always, because he was doing stuff he had no business doing. But he was always on the phone with me. He was always checking. He was always calling. He was always texting. All of this, blah, 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 blah. So I brought that experience over here with him. And then when we started getting close, and he started being at my house and I started being at his house, I noticed that he never was on his phone and it would just be sitting there. Or he would leave it up in his room, or he would leave it downstairs on my table in my living room, or we would be out. He would leave it when we went to the store. And I'm like, oh, he ain't doing nothing. He just don't be having his phone in his hand like me. And sometimes people will tell you from their experience what you should do based on what they've experienced. No, just because a person don't pick up their phone don't mean they doing dirt. Some people ain't phone people. Some people just ain't phone people. And we got to know this. So we got to understand that you got to leave that experience from the past in the past. You got to accept the fact that that part of your life is over. And I'm telling you, this is the first module in my program because I had to learn this myself. You have to accept the fact that that part of your life is over, right? And like I said, sometimes people, men, where you going, who you going with, they hear the other person saying it, the ex, and women too. Where you going, who you going with, and what time you coming home. And it's innocent from the new person. And they hear the old person saying, where you going, who you going with, and what time you coming home. Because that's what they got from that person. So they'll bring that over here. I'm not, or it's their controlling mother, right? They had a controlling mother. Oh, wait, where you going, what you doing? So they bring that experience into this relationship. No, men, I just want to tell the men, she's not your controlling mother. She is not your crazy ex-girlfriend who wanted to know where you was going because the ex-girlfriend had brought her experience from her ex-boyfriend who was a cheater into the relationship with your man, your now man, right? So this is the cycle. The girl that your man was with somebody else. So he might have been a lying, cheating dog, and that was the experience that she brought into the relationship with the new man, right? And she treated him like he was a lying, cheating dog. Where you going? Who you going with? And that's because she was treated a certain way, and her man did some things. Her ex-man did some things. So now him and her broke up, and now he's your man. Now he's your man. Now he's bringing that experience from her, which she brought an experience from somebody else. And this is why we have to go heal. I'm just saying, this is why we have to go heal, because we carry these experiences from one relationship to the next relationship. And when somebody asks you where you going, who you going with, and what time you coming home, you looking at her like old girl, or you looking at him like old boy. Like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. And excuse me? I asked you a simple question. I'm not even trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to figure out my schedule for next week. You know, people don't want to tell you what they doing, how they moving. I'm not trying to be. I'm supposed to be in your business. We together. It's called a relationship. If you don't want to tell nobody, you don't want nobody up in your business, then you don't need to have a girlfriend, or you don't need to have a boyfriend. You don't need to have a husband. You don't need to have a wife. If you think somebody trying to get all up in your business, and we have to leave those backpack experiences back there. You got to take this off your back, and you got to move forward and understand that part. Yesterday's over. This is what I teach. Accepting the fact that it's over is a hard thing, and we don't know that we're carrying this, right? Yesterday was it's over. There ain't nothing you can do about yesterday. All you could do is handle something different today. You can make a better choice today. If it was a bad choice, you can make a better choice today. But accept the fact that yesterday is over. Last week is over. Last year is over. That relationship with that girl is over. How your mama treated you when you was 9 years old, it's over. You got to realize this in order to move forward and be healthy. So I just wanted men and women to understand. It's respectful to tell your spouse, your significant other, where you're going, who you're going with, and what time you coming home. It's not controlling. We know when it's controlling. If you feel like it's controlling, let me tell you this too. If you feel like anywhere in your heart is control, I don't feel like it's control. I tell my man I'm going here. I tell him I'm going to the storage unit because I have a store, just in case, I watch too much CSI and all that other stuff. Because I want somebody to know where to come look for me in case the body is there, whatever it might be. In case the unsub got me and all that other stuff. I need somebody to know where I'm at. And I want it to be my man, of course, so you can know where I'm at all the time. But if you feel like it's controlling or manipulating, then you have to ask yourself a question. Was my last relationship abusive? Because to think that somebody is controlling you comes from a place of past abuse. I'm trying to tell you, because I was in a toxic relationship for 12, 13 years with somebody. And it wasn't no physical abuse, but it was a lot of mental, emotional, and verbal abuse going on that I brought over with me. But to God be the glory, I took 4 years off of dating. I took 4 years to myself. I just said, listen, I can't do this like this and be right with a person and make them suffer for what I've been through with this person. So some of the things you need to know is if you think that your mate that you're with now is controlling you, you've been through some type of sort of trauma, and you need to work that out so the other person does not have to go through your pain of your past. Because I couldn't do it. I said I didn't want to bring a man in my life until I got my whole life together, because I knew I had been in a relationship that was toxic. I knew somebody had taught me how to treat them, and I had taught somebody how to treat me, and I wanted to leave those behaviors in the past. I didn't want to bring that, so I had to go and work on me. I had to get my coach, Dr. DC Marshall. Thank you so much for everything you do in my life and everything you did in my life, how you got me over the hump, and how you made me ask myself some real hard questions, because that's what real coaches do. They make you ask yourself some real hard questions. They don't blame folks. They don't let you blame it. No. We're not talking about him. We talking about you. So I got my whole entire life together, and still to this day, we've all had past experiences with other people. So there will be triggers. But if you have not gone and done the work to get yourself healthy, those triggers are going to destroy every relationship you go into. I promise you, until you get it all the way together. If you are a person in a relationship and you think your spouse asking you where you're going, who you're going with, and what time you coming home is controlling, you've been in an abusive situation and you need to go somewhere and get some help. You need to understand that this person is not your crazy ex-girlfriend who's to yell and scream when you came home and try to tell you what to do, and you cannot go out, and why you got to go and have, no, I'm not her. Every woman, I want you to go home, and man, today, I want you to have this. You can have this real conversation with your spouse, with your mate, if you're having these issues, any type of issue that you think is, why are he acting like this? Because somebody else inflicted that on him, and probably it was from his previous relationship. Or to the men, if she acting a certain way, if she insecure, she's been in a relationship where there's been some sort of abuse, physical, mental, emotional, some cheating. If I tell people all the time, cheating is a form of abuse. There's a lot of women out here that have been cheated on, they have been abused, and nobody understands that. That's why I do what I do. That's why I teach it's healing time. That's why I have the recovery room. Because every woman, 8 out of 10 women, I'm gonna say, and the other two ain't admitting it. 8 out of 10 women that you men are in a relationship in has been cheated on multiple times by men. I need you to get that in your brain, in your system. So it's not you. She just not has not went and unloaded that trauma somewhere. She has not went somewhere and healed. So she still has those insecurities inside her from the past 3 relationships. So you get to have this conversation with her. You get to say to her, babe, I'm not him. I'm not him. I have a good girlfriend, and she don't mind if I share it. But I have a good girlfriend who was in a abusive relationship with her first marriage, and it was very abusive. Now she has a wonderful, wonderful husband. He is a great guy, wonderful, but she has triggers, like, and she's worked through these triggers. But we have these conversations over the last years of our lives, too many years to count. But she used to have these triggers, like if she was late coming home, she used to be really nervous and jittery. She get home, she's like, babe, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's okay. Like, why are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? But she had to get past the past and say, this is not him, accept the fact that that's over. She had to really get past the past. And we talked about this. We talk about all stuff all the time so that we're mindful where we are in our space with our relationships, because it will show up 25 years later. Triggers are real. Until you do the work, you're going to carry this over. This is why some men think that when you asking him where you going, who you going with, and what you doing, that you just not interested. I'm just interested. Like, did you have fun? Yeah. Well, who was there? I'm not interested because I'm checking you, or I'm interrogating you. Is that the word? Yeah. I'm not putting no bite in your face like I'm the DA or none of that. I'm just asking because I'm interested, because I love you, because I like you. I want to know, did you have fun? Who was there? Oh yeah, these are just normal conversations. But if the man was in a past relationship where there was a woman who was controlling, obnoxious, insecure, and most of us are, because we have not did the work from the last 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships we was in. If you've been cheated on 5 times, when you come into this new relationship, you already saying to yourself, all men are cheaters, he gonna cheat on me. So you already checking his pockets, going through his stuff, trying to read his mind, accusing him of stuff that he's just not doing, and all kind of craziness. So you got to get yourself together. But men, if you think that answering to somebody that you're in a relationship is controlling, you've been in a controlling relationship, and you need to go fix yourself. You need to go and ask God to fix you, not Ayana. God, I don't know, I done been through some stuff, and I'm acting crazy because old girl last time, she was setting it off, and she was fighting with people, and she was going through my phone and calling friends and doing all kind of crazy. This is not her. So I need you to tell your spouse today, have a conversation with your spouse, because if you're going through something, just I'm not that, I'm not her, I'm not him, I'm not your mother, I'm not your big sister who used to beat you up or call you names, I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I'm not your ex-wife. I'm not, this is me. Let's just go from here today. When I ask you where you going, who you going with, and what time you come home, it's just concerned as a wellness check. And I just want to hear about your day, babe. I just want to hear about you and the boys went fishing. How was that? Who was it? I'm not asking, was there another woman there? None of that. I'm just asking, how was the fishing? How many fish did you catch? How was the basketball game? I'm not asking you how many women tried to talk. I'm just asking you in general. Sometimes when we don't want to answer because we are in a place of guilt because we ain't right. I hope this is helping somebody. So, hey, if you just tuned in, I am Trey, and you tuned into Coffee with Tea, and that's me. I'm here most of the time on mornings at 8 a.m., but I've been doing some stuff, so I've been popping in and out, but you will see me. And if you need me, you can email me, trey@treykearney.com. I am an author of 2 books. It's Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity. I'm a relationship expert. I'm the author of the book is Healing Time, Men Hurt Too. So I speak from a place of men have issues. And we have to come to terms with men need healing and they have issues. A lot of people doing this now. I've been doing it because I have 3 sons, and my passion is that. And my hope is that my sons get a fair shake at life in their relationships, and that they will be able to have healthy relationships outside of what they've learned from me. And I've course corrected myself in front of my children, in front of my sons, especially to let them know that some of the things that I did was wrong, how I carried myself was wrong. And I know when I wrote the book, It's Healing Time, Men Hurt Too, the things that I included in there was based on the damage that I did to my sons. Most men, the first person that damages them is their mother. I said it. The first person that disappointed them was their mother. The first person that damaged them was their mother. The first person that showed them poor behavior was their mother. The first person that showed them rejection was their mother. They felt some form of, it's usually the first woman in their life that set the tone for a man was his mother. So as mothers, I always encourage mothers, especially mothers of sons, and you should do this with your daughters, but I always encourage mothers of sons to sit down and have the hard conversation with your grown son. What do you need to know? What did you experience with me? How do you feel about me as a woman? Like I had this conversation with my son. It was hard because my son saw me commit adultery. My mom was shaking my head. I know, Odie. We gotta have these conversations, and women need to understand. Men have been damaged by their mothers, and women need to understand we as mothers have damaged our sons. I didn't want to send my son out into the world damaged and to damage somebody's daughter. I just didn't want to do that. So I really sat down and had the hard conversations with them. And I live my life transparent in front of them. Everything I've ever done, did, saw, said, they know. And I live it in front of them. And I tell them that wasn't ladylike. Okay, mommy doing this and mommy doing that was not ladylike. Me cheating on your father was just as wrong as if your father cheated on me. And I'm here to tell you, I shouldn't have did that. I wasn't in a good space in my life. I thought it was the best decision for me at the time, and it wasn't because I drug you along on my journey. But right now, you get to get off my journey. Life is a journey, a bus, a journey. You get to get off the bus right now. You get to go live better than I live based on the fact that I'm telling you I screwed up. A lot of our sons are walking around and mommy, you ain't told him you screwed up. So he think everything that you did was normal. All them men running in and out of the house, yelling and screaming at his father or your man or letting a man beat on you. They think that all of that is normal. So they taking that somewhere and they unloading it on somebody else's daughter. They punching somebody's daughter in the eye based on the fact that you let 3 dudes punch you in the eye. You kept all of them for 6 months to 5 years. So now they doing the same thing. The behavior is continuing because they thinking, oh, if you love me, you'll stay. After he just socked her in the eye. Like, nah. No, because they learned some things from us as mothers. And I promise you, if you sit down, please, and I know it's hard, and so many women, and I talk to men, and they be like, whenever I want to talk about something with my mother, she act like it didn't happen, or she act like I'm crazy, or she say, I'm not going there. And some women, some mothers have stopped speaking to their children because they didn't want to hear their truth. How sad is that? Some mothers have stopped speaking to their children because they didn't want to hear their truth. Because a child wanted to talk about the fact that you abused me when I was a kid. You had 7, 10, 15, 20 men running in and out of the house, right? I know that you was on drugs. I saw you sleeping with that man in the living room for money. And the mother, no, you not. Don't speak to me no more. Ladies, the best thing you will ever do in your life, it will free you if you free your children. You will hear some hard truth that will put you on a path to righteousness. It will put you in a better place. I promise you. My son told me, and for those of you who never heard this story, I sat down with my son and I said to him, this is one of the main questions I wanted to know because I wanted to make sure that he was okay in his life. I wanted to make sure he was okay with what women are and what women's supposed to do. And I said to him, after everything you saw me do on my journey with your father, I told you my son saw me, they saw me commit adultery. They saw me leave their father for another man. They saw this man, they lived in a house with this man and it was not normal and they knew what was going on. I didn't think they knew what was going on at 9, but they knew and they saw stuff and they heard stuff and they was hurting and all that. And I asked him, I said, on my journey, at everything you saw me do as a woman, how did that make you feel about women? right? And my son said to me, and this is a hard truth that I needed to hear. It said, he said, Mommy, it didn't make me feel no way about women. It made me not want a woman like you. Got my whole life together. He want a woman like me now. He respect me. He love me. He said, and he said this was before when we had this talk. I was on my journey of healing, and he was like, "Not now." And he said that to me. He said, "Not now, Mommy, because I respect you so much for everything." I said, "No, just say your truth. Just tell your truth. Just tell your truth. It's okay. I can take this." And he said that, but now I know that my son would want a woman like me, the woman I am today, because that's not who I was. That was my past. And if we had not had that conversation in his mind, I would still be that woman. If I wasn't living my life transparent, in his mind, I would still be that woman. Because had I not had this open conversation with him, he would not understand that I made those decisions based on where I was in my life at that time. As a 35-year-old woman, 29, 30, yeah, about 35-year-old woman. I had not ever been on my own. I went from my mom's house to my husband's house. I had not had no life skills. My mother was an alcoholic. There were drugs. And I had to take those excuses away from myself and be accountable for my behavior. But it took me some time to grow. And they had to go on that journey with me of my growth, of bad decisions, of doing things I had no business doing. But in order for him to be released, I had to have that conversation with him. So anyway, I love y'all. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you need to get yourself together, right? If this sound if listen, if you feel like your man asking you where you going, who you going with, what time you're coming home, or your wife, your girlfriend, fiance asking you these, and you feel like it's a control factor, you need help. You need to heal from your past. You need to accept the fact that's over, that this person is not that. And it's hard if you're not aware that you're doing it. In my program, we have aha moments all the time, but go to my website. It's called the Recovery Room. Get yourself in there. It's 4 weeks. Just 4 weeks of getting yourself together. The first week is accepting the fact that it's over. The second week is forgive and let go. That's where we are now. But some of us, we need these courses, right? To course, because we can't see ourselves. I couldn't see me. I needed my coach to be my mirror. So when I said he, and she said, no, not he, you. I needed somebody to do that for me. And that's why I am where I am today. Because now when I start to point fingers and say he or she, I say, no, no, not he, she, them, you. What is your part in this? Are you allowing this to take place? How are you handling this? Because nobody can do anything to you unless you allow it. So what is your part? And sometimes we can't see ourselves. That's why I'm going to forever stay in coaching or therapy, depending on what you're dealing with. See, therapists deal with trauma from childhood issues. They go deep. I don't do that. I get you from where you are right now to where you want to be. Therapy is not my pay grade. That's not what I do. I'm not licensed or any of it, but I am a certified life coach to get you from where you are and help you get clarity to see so you can get to where you want to go, right from the present to the future. So if that's the help that you need, please email me, trey@treykearney.com. Good morning, Moni. Good morning, C Fields. Hey, Seti. I should have that talk with our. You said, man, and the fathers, yes, said, aha moment. Fathers, if you have done things in front of your daughter, you need to sit down. First of all, I had to apologize to my son, and I have the whole video. I need to post that video of our interview because y'all will be crying because it hurt, but it felt so good to free him and be freed from thinking to myself, what does he know? How he feel about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have those feelings when you've lived a lifestyle that wasn't pleasing to God. When you lived a lifestyle of partying and rock and roll and cheating and infidelity, and your children were sitting back watching, and you don't know what they think about you. Said have that conversation because our kids love us unconditionally, but they hold on to our trauma and our baggage, and they live our lives. They will go and be with a man that's a cheater, a liar, an abuser based on what dad did or what mom did or what they saw. So we should all have these conversations with our grown children, 16, 17, 18 years old. They ready to step. What do you and you don't have to give them all the details. What do you need to know? Like, what do you know? Because they know stuff and they'll tell you, and you say, oh, okay, let's woosah and let's talk about this because I didn't know you knew that about me. That video was good with your son. Right, Amika, because they know. So everybody, please, grown parents, if you are an adult, I'm not talking about adult by your age. I'm talking if you're an adult, if you grown, you will have this conversation with your children. And I promise you, you don't have to be embarrassed. Oh my God, I had one with both my daughters and I was in tears. I know, sugar mamas, I know that because we have way more resources than our parents had. Way more. We have life coaches and therapists. See, our parents, they didn't really have those options because it was shunned on to have a therapist, especially black folks. You crazy people go to the therapist. No, no. People that need help, go get help. And then none of us, all of us got a little crazy in us. Trust me, all of us. But there's good crazy. But all of it, therapists, you're not crazy. You go to a therapist. You're smart if you go to a therapist to sit there and say, I just need to talk about some stuff without gossiping to my girlfriends or put my business in the street for somebody to go gossip about me. I just need to get this stuff out of my head. And I need somebody to listen to me that does not want to judge me, that is not emotionally tied to me. That's why I love my coach, because me and my coach, we cool now, but we have boundaries in our relationship. So I can still go talk to her and not worry about her gossiping about me. Because we ain't girlfriends like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have built a very wonderful relationship, but there's boundaries to where I can still be coached by her. And we have to have people in our lives that will tell us the truth. And our girlfriends may not tell us the truth because they don't want to lose us. But I'm the girlfriend. I would risk losing you to tell you the truth. Because everything that I say to you is out of love. And my girls, we know this. It's four of us. It's five of us. And they my core four. I've given them permission to say whatever you need to say to me. I ain't going nowhere. We've been friends for almost over 40 years. Girl, I might be mad for 2 days. And then we'll text each other and be like, I know you're not tripping. Girl, bye. I told you that because you needed to hear it. Like, what part of it wasn't true? Okay, so what? All right, I'll give you 2 more days. And we there for each other. So outside of that, I go to my coach. This is good info. Thank you. So I gotta go because I gotta get to. I didn't go to the gym yesterday because my body told me no. Listen to your body. My body said no because I went and I did my rope class on Tuesday, and then I went and did leg day. I can't do that again because yesterday my body just said you go lay down because I had a headache. My hips was hurting because I said, you know what? I can't. You have me in tears. The truth hurts. Listen, have this conversation with your children. It will not only free you, it will free your children. It will free you, and your relationship with your kids will be so much stronger because they will respect you for telling the truth. They'll be like, dang, my mother is the truth. My mother is dope. Like, she really sat down and said that about her. She really held herself accountable to a higher standard. And she just do it. Again, the topic today was we were talking about the fact that if you're in a relationship, you're going to have to answer to somebody. And when I mean you have to answer to somebody, it's not a negative. You got to answer to somebody. You're in a relationship. You got to answer to somebody. You got to tell your spouse where you going, what time you coming home, and who you with. It's a natural conversation. When you come home, when I come home, I talk about everything. And ladies, let's understand this too. Just so we clear, men don't talk as much as us. It ain't gonna happen. We come and we tell the whole story. We tell the story from the time we got in the car and dropped our eyeliner. Babe, I got in the car and I dropped my eyeliner and I couldn't even find it. So I was driving, I was reaching under the seat. And then when I finally got it, it was dust all over it. And then my phone fell down side of the seat. And then get this person and cut me off. And then guess what? Oh, guess who called me yesterday and told me this and blah. And we go from 7 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. And then I went to lunch with such and such. Men don't do it. They not, and then when you find something out, don't be mad because they didn't leave it out. Some stuff they leaving out, cheating, lying, all the difference. But some stuff I had to get myself on this. I was like, why didn't he ain't even talk about that? Because it's really not important to him that he ran into such and such on the street in Newark. It really wasn't even an important part of his day. But to us, everything is important. I ran into Lisa, and Lisa told me this, and her kid meant They not gonna tell you they ran into Jerry. Cause they don't, and then when they talk about it, you say that was 2 weeks ago. Why didn't he mention that? Because it wasn't important. It really wasn't, right, Mr. Brewington? We think everything is important. Everything. Guess what? So, and he like, oh, okay. And then when you find something out, you think that there's a discrepancy, and he like, why would I even tell you that? It's just not. I wasn't even thinking about that. I forgot about that after I saw him, or after I saw her, or whatever. Well, that wasn't important. Now they'll tell you some important stuff. Listen to what they tell you, because that's important to them. All the other stuff, it's really not. And we be thinking he lied. He ain't tell us that. No, he just didn't give a shit. Oh, excuse me. He just didn't care. And it's important to us because he didn't tell us. This is why we be having issues in our relationships. Because why didn't you tell me that such and such so and so? Call Netta for me. She is still on birthday break. Oh, is she? I know that's right, Netta. Get that birthday in. So let me look at my notes. Just understand when somebody asks you if you're in a relationship, where you are, who you with, where you going, they're not controlling you unless you are in an abusive relationship. Because if you're in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, emotionally, then you'll feel that way. But if you're not, or if you were in an abusive relationship, you'll feel that way. And you need to unbag that baggage. You need to unpack that baggage. Because if you feel like your new person is controlling and they don't give you no reason, you carrying baggage from your previous relationships. And you need to go and get rid of that. You need to talk to yourself. Even if you tell yourself, you know what, she right, I'm not. You should want to tell your spouse where you're going, who you with, and what time you're coming home. You really should. It's just a natural. You should really just want to. It's just conversation to me. And if you really don't want to, then you single. You not in a relationship. You single, and you need to accept that and say, listen, I'm not going to ever tell you where I'm going, who I'm going with, what time I'm coming. So I'm single. So we just need to probably dissolve this, because it ain't going to happen. And women, if you stay, then that's what you're teaching the person how to treat you. And you got to be willing to say, no, this is not normal. Wife, where I am at all times, and I know where she is. I know that's right, Mr. Brewington. When you're used to that new man, don't do that. You think he don't care. Right. You're not father. You're not my father is what I used to hear. All right. I know. I'm not listening. You got to tell women. I ain't trying to be your father. And if you got the nerve, if you saying that to me, you got some daddy issues. If you saying to me, you listen, I'm not trying to be your father. I'm concerned about where you are and what time. I just need to know you're safe. So if you don't want me to know that you're safe, I will fall all the way back. Hey, you don't want to listen. If I can't ask you where you are, who you going with, what time you come home, then you want to be single. When you're used to that, the new man don't do that. You think he don't. Right. So we have to, right, girl. We have to unbag that. When you had a controlling man from your previous relationship who was on the phone with you 24/7, that wasn't love. He just wanted to know where you was at all time because he probably was cheating or doing. And I'm not saying all men, but a lot of the reason why men be doing that is because they want to keep track of you to make sure that you ain't gonna roll up on them or whatever. But that's from my personal experience. So I can't bring that over here with me. You know what I'm saying? So when he doesn't call or answer or he's not on the phone, I gotta remember he's not him, and that wasn't normal. You know what I'm saying? So he does care. He just listen. He not gonna call me 552 times a day and have small talk because that's just not him. So we got to be able to separate where we are from where we were with who we were with who we're with now, or we will forever destroy our relationships. If you don't want to answer, you're single. We treat people according. We treat people. This is good too. And then I gotta go. We treat people according to our last experience. We treat people who come into our life, new people who come into our lives, according to our last experience, according to our last relationship. Even our girlfriends, we treat them according to what some other chick did. Not me. My 4 girls. Those are my girls. But we will treat new women who come into our life according to what some other woman did. She wasn't faithful. She wasn't loyal. She talked behind my back. So we'll have a side eye on a woman that ain't doing. She just is loyal, nice, cool, and we'll put up a wall based on our past experience. We got to stop that. That's called you're not healed. Sometimes we just want to hear your voice. That's good, Sadie. You call my man. Call me all the time. I love it. Call me. Call me If you need someone to talk to, y'all remember that song? That's how old I am. And again, you have to accept the fact that the past is over. Once you get that in your spirit, accepting the fact that the past is over, you will deal, don't laugh at me, you will deal with new circumstances and situations in a whole new way. You will be able to locate yourself. Yes, Sky, I'm going to listen to them today. You will be able to locate yourself at all times, and you will tell yourself, that's the past. I'm right here with my new man, my new woman, the people in my space. That one person that gave me trauma, that damaged my spirit, is no longer in my space. Satisfaction guarantee. Listen, let me see. I'm not your controlling mama. I'm not your suspicious ex who was still operating from her past experiences, from her man's trauma, her ex-man's trauma. I'm not her. I'm not, listen, so many men think that when they get into a new relationship that I'm your suspicious ex. I don't have no reason to be suspicious of you because this all new to me. I'm not your suspicious ex. So please stop treating me like her. Like, no, this is a new experience for each and every one of us. Each person that we get into a relationship with, we have to learn how to let go of that other person and their behaviors and how we taught them how to treat us. Because now we go into this new relationship, teaching this person how to treat us the same way. Because you know you were suspicious with him because he really was doing something. So now he started treating you bad because you like, where you going? Who you going? What you doing? Well, because he did some stuff. So now he like, you crazy and this, that. So now you treating your new man like that. And then he started treating you like you crazy because you really bringing crazy behavior over here. I'm telling y'all got to unpack this baggage. Okay, so listen. I love Sky. Yeah, so okay, I got to go. I love y'all. If you need me again, email me, Trey Kearney. Trey@TreyKearney.com. Go to my website, www.TreyKearney.com. Follow me on YouTube. I'm gonna start putting all these videos on YouTube. One place. I'm start going one place. One place. I gotta be in one place, and then y'all can find me there because that's what I need to do. Because I need to get my whole entire life together sometimes. Because I could be all over the place. Because I like to be all over the place. That's me. Somebody told me to clean up my Instagram page. They said your branding is off, right? They said you should just have this, that, this, that, that. And I said, that will be a lie. Somebody who wants to work with me with branding needs to know that I'm the brand and my life is the brand. This is what I do on a regular basis. Like I cannot structure little memes and sayings. Like I live in the moment. So that's what my brand looks like on they like, you got 10,000 pictures. You supposed to take them down. I don't want to take them down. I'm sharing my life with people, all of it. And if you don't like my branding, then maybe you're not my branding person because that's not how I want to run my brand. Now I am up for ideas but that's not how I want my Instagram page to be. I do have another Instagram page. Maybe I'll structure that one that way. But that's so not me. I would be lying to y'all if I structured and did stuff. You would know it's not me. That's not the authentic. I tried it. It didn't work for me. I said, listen, structure this. Get yourself together. Put purple and this gonna be your colors. This your brand color. This is your slogan. And I have a lot of things going on in my life. Men Hurt Too is Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity. I have a son on the autism spectrum. So I want to help women who are dealing and men, families who deal with autism. So I share that. I share my life. My Instagram is Trey Kearney. Everything's Trey Kearney. I share my life. I'm in a relationship with a wonderful man. I share that. And people say, you should stop sharing your relationship. Why? What if it don't work? If it don't work, it just don't work. So what? Like this is what I'm living out loud. I'm just authentic. I can't help myself. I have a mom who died from breast cancer. So sometimes I'll share my experience of how I had to take care of her. I also a soul caregiver. So another caregiver could be inspired. I'm like a walking reality show. This is what I do. I don't want to just share certain parts of me. I don't want to just share the fact that I committed adultery and now I have a movement hashtag no side chicken to help women honor, guard, and respect each other's relationships. I don't want to just share that. There's so much more to me. There's so many layers of me. And I'm just learning about myself every day. So I feel like I don't want to be all structured where you only see certain parts of me because that's not helping you heal or grow. Every day I go through something. good, bad, or indifferent. I will come on here. And then I have doTERRA oils, essential oils. I love essential oils. I love doTERRA essential oils. They have helped my family tremendously. So I'll come on and share about my oil because if something's going on like back problems, headaches, stomach ache, my son on the spectrum, and the oil helped, I want to tell somebody. What am I supposed to do? That's what the platform is for, to share. Sharing is caring. Truth plus transparency equals healing. So I can't be all structured. And when I do interviews, they'll ask me, do you want the questions ahead of time? And I said, no, who does that? Why would I want the questions ahead of time? So I could prepare to lie? Because that's the way, or I could give you politically correct answers. I don't want to do that. I want to tell you the truth. So when you shop the question on me, I don't have a moment to think. I just got to tell you exactly what the truth is because you got to make up lies. It takes time to structure a lie. But if you interview me on the spot and you ask me something, all truth gonna come out. But if you give me the question, or anybody, this is for interviews. If you give people the questions ahead of time, they're going to sit down and write what they think people want to hear. I ain't about that life. I'm about truth plus transparency. Because I need you to hear the raw dog truth. Because if you're in the same circumstance I'm in, you don't need to hear the watered down version. You need to hear that committing adultery is going to tear up families. But if you give me the question, what did adultery do to you? I could structure some stuff for you that sound really, really good. But if you ask me that on the spot, what did adultery do to you? It sent me down a black hole. And my kids got dragged on their knees and their knees was bleeding. And they saw their mama doing stuff she had no business doing. And my ex-husband needed to heal. And I'll ask me on the spot. You'll get the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Okay, I gotta go. I love y'all. What time is it? 8:54. I gotta go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Tea. That's me. Go to my website, www.treykearney.com. I done said that 5 times. Join a recovery room or schedule a session with me today. Schedule a session with me today. Email me, and I might give you a special rate. Email me, trey@treykearney.com. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. Just depending on what your issue is. But I love y'all. I got to go. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts. You deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. And remember Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up the wounds. Oh, and if you want me on your podcast to do an interview with you, please email me. My coach keeps telling me, tell the people what to do. If you want, please schedule right away. Don't talk about it, be about it, because it'll change your life. But my coach always tell people what you want them to do. Okay. So listen, if you want me to come on your podcast for an interview, I am free. Just let me know when. We could talk about some real things, how to get out of your own way and just love on yourself. Okay. I will see y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Y'all know y'all gonna see me on Facebook broadcasting live because I share my whole life with y'all. I'm going to DC this weekend. Thank you, Dorinda, for the invitation. I'm going to DC with 2 of my girls. We're going to do some girl stuff, some women empowerment stuff, and love on each other and enjoy ourselves. And we're going to go out and we're going to have a good old time on this weekend. So I will see y'all this weekend on Facebook Live. I won't be on all the other platforms because I won't have my laptop with me. And the girls, they don't be wanting me to work. I said, my life is my work. I share everything. Y'all going to be on my social media. And they like, okay, Trey, because they don't really do it. We'll talk about that later. All right. I love y'all. Got to go. Peace and blessings. I will see y'all Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee.